Leighton in goals, magnificent. And the new striking combination of Frank McAvaney playing in his first full international with Kenny Dalglish, the number 7, playing his 99th today and looking for the record. He's scored 30 goals so far for Scotland, and he's looking to a clip of 30. Cherry Greedy in goals for the Australians, a solid lineup that's carried them this far. Davidson, Jennings, Yankos, Ratcliffe and O'Connor form that strong wall across the back, and they might be under siege tonight. The manager and the coach, Frank Arrock, will be sitting in. What are your thoughts on what's going to happen here tonight?
Well, on paper, Scotland are one of the finest teams in the world. In terms of guile, experience, football knowledge, they should walk all over Australia, but that's not going to be the case tonight because Frank Arrock's got his men wound right up, and tonight it's all going to be about commitment, guts, bottle. It's going to be about the real do-or-die stuff, not about pretty football and experience.
At Hampden Park. The referee, Mr. Christoph, Frank McAvaney. The weather in Glasgow tonight is fine after some early rain. The pitch will be soft, not terribly cold at all, about 8 degrees. It's been down to 0 since the Socceroos have been here.
It's interesting, but I sneaked into Hampden Park this morning, and the manager has had the sprinklers on the pitch all day to make it even tougher on the Australians because they know that they won't like the wet pitch.
And there's the kickoff. Dalglish with his first touch of the ball in his 99th appearance for Scotland. Forward to Strachan, not being given any room early. And there's McAvaney with his second touch of the ball and a free kick, perhaps an ominous sign for the Australian defence, bringing down the player there, and Graham Souness looking keen to get on with it. Tosses it high and left and intercepted there by Davidson. Gives it away quickly. Cooper tackled well by Watson, and in turn another tackle there brings the play out. Malpass running the left flank for Scotland tonight. Davidson intercepted by McLeish, and now Watson chiming in. Holds up the play. Looks forward, delivers a bad ball as Mitchell was running forward. That's easy meat. McAvaney on the surge with Steve O'Connor back there, and Charlie Yankos hoists the ball high. Kosmina's there, headed away by McLeish, only as far as Mitchell, and Souness there, stamping his mark in the midfield. Graham Souness forward to Aiken, and wide now to Strachan, stretching them wide early. Strachan still on the ball, and there's Dalglish. 2 players on Dalglish already, a sign of things to come too. To McAvaney, back to Dalglish, intercepted by Ratcliffe and away by Murphy. Watson is there, the little nudge forward though, but intercepted by Souness. And now back to Cherry Greedy, who hungrily accepts his first touch of the ball, and 63,000 Scotsmen moan as the first attack rests in the arms of the Australian goalkeeper. Charlie Yankos calling for the ball out wide. Greedy, his first kick. Looking for Mitchell upfield. Over his head. McLeish heads away. Aiken. There's McAvaney looking to get into the play early in this first half, and a foul on him as well.
It seems obvious to me that the referee is going to take no nonsense in this game as well, which might go against the Australians.
Malpass looking for McAvaney. O'Connor was there and away by Murphy. A bit of a hole out there in the Australian defence as it's Malpass. And Cooper tackled well by Joe Watson, making his second appearance ever on Hampden Park. In the midfield tonight for Australia. The first time was some 15 years ago. Davy Mitchell there with Alec McLeish. Mitchell, really the star of the Australian campaign so far. Scoring goals, setting up goals. Can he do it tonight? Watson, not a good ball. Strachan, and wide now to Nicol. Nicol looking for McAvaney, trying to make handball. A bit of the space. 3 players on him, handball I feel.
Yeah, handball well picked up by the linesman.
Frank McAvaney running freely so far tonight, but he's being watched very closely by the Australian defence. He scored 16 goals in 20 matches to date with Everton, or rather with West Ham. West Ham in the English First Division. Greedy, 29-year-old school teacher from Sydney. Thinking about Mexico tonight is Terry Greedy. Strachan, tackled well by Jennings. And forward, looking forward, Dalglish, supported by McAvaney. It's Dalglish, tackled by Ratcliffe, and back there to help is Jennings. And a bit of a kick going in there from Dalglish. He wasn't happy with that challenge from David Ratcliffe. There could be a few more on the way tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting. If Australia can keep the ball away from Dalglish and make him run, he's only had 19 minutes football.
Souness looking for Aiken, far post as Cooper.
Yeah, yes, as I was saying, Dalglish has only had 19 minutes football in 3 weeks, and he's 35 years old. He's not getting any younger, Kenny. And if they can keep him running and tire him out, I've got the feeling that Scotland might just replace him. But what they can't do is let him get the ball anywhere near the box, because that's when he's king of Europe, inside that box.
Yankos. And the big men fly. Dalglish finds Strachan and leaves it for Nicol. And now Australia onto the attack for the first time tonight. Murphy with a bit of space. Has he got the speed though? It's Mitchell, wide left. Mitchell decides to take on the players. In there was Murphy, but intercepted by Nicol. Crino back to Jennings. Jennings elects to take on Strachan. Can't beat him. Back is Crino. Centre field, Murphy. Murphy looks for the touch on. Mitchell didn't read it. And now it's Souness. Midfield to Aiken. Aiken looking for Souness again. Can't find him, but McAvaney there. Gets the ball, and Dalglish brought down again behind play. There could be a bit of danger here. The yellow card's coming out for Ratcliffe, or is it?
Yeah, it's a very, very harsh challenge that. You can't get away with that. And he's got to be careful now, because one more of those and he's sent off. And you can't get away with that. Dalglish had a little kick back at him there. Wasn't happy about that at all. But he knows now. He knows now that he can take his marker into the box, and Ratcliffe won't touch him for fear of being sent off.
Souness in the centre is McAvaney. Cooper's there as well. Aiken. Miller goes wide left. It goes short and square to McLeish. Back to Souness. Nicol making the run as McAvaney. Shadowed by Ratcliffe. Jennings is there as well. Strachan in the corner. McAvaney gets the ball in somehow. Near post, a quick turn by Cooper. Cooper brought down. Has he? Wide. Appealing for the penalty was Souness to the referee after Cooper was brought down in the area. Unhappy with the decision, the Scottish fans. The ball came across there. The turn by Cooper, he looked to trip over, and the shot coming in the end from Miller.
Yes, I think Yankos was rather lucky there. I thought that was a very clumsy challenge, that. Very clumsy.
Well, the Australians will have to watch that sort of challenge at this stage in the match. A nervous-looking back header from Steve O'Connor. Yankos tries to clear and gives a bad ball to Yankov, who's in the centre there. McAvaney brought down, and the Scots under siege at the moment is the Australian defence, and the Scottish attackers forcing them into error. A fairly nervous-looking start.
Yeah, of course, Australians have to. There's 4 of them with yellow cards already in the competition, and they can't afford yellow cards tonight because that will rule them ineligible for the return leg in Melbourne.
Malpass offside.
And this must be playing on their minds as well. They've got to be very, very careful, because this game's not about 90 minutes. It's about 180 minutes. It's 2 legs, remember, and that will be at the back of their minds.
Time to calm things down for Australia. Jennings back to Greedy. Greedy would be unhappy with the situation so far. The Australians incurring the wrath of the referee as McAvaney is away in danger for Australia. McAvaney into the box. Can he get in the shot? Tries the chip. And we're going to see a corner. It came off Davidson, who made the tackle, made the lunge at just the right moment, perhaps.
Yeah, it was well back. That was well back by the fullback. Plays for Nottingham Forest in England, of course, Alan Davidson.
Corner quickly taken. Dalglish looking for the turn. Kosmina's back there helping out. Cooper, can he get the cross in? Headed away by O'Connor. It looked to be a handball, was it? Referee says no. Hoisted away by Murphy. More or less a straight line of the Australian defence at the moment. As we see Nicol running right. Short to McLeish up into the action. To Miller. Square from Strachan back to McLeish to Strachan. Miller. McAvaney's there. Can he turn? Can he get the shot in? Yankos makes the interception at the vital moment, but the Australians well and truly under pressure as the stampede from 63,000 fans here at Hampden Park signals that there is a Scottish team on the field at the moment. Cooper looking for the in-swinging corner. Dalglish's far post, also McAvaney in the centre there. Will it go near post? McLeish made a run there. It goes far post, up goes... It was Aiken, and now it's with Crino. He's been strangely silent at the moment. Cooper lays off a beautiful ball to Nicol, onside. Onside is Nicol. Far post, they're queuing up there. Dalglish! Oh, Greedy! Fortunately, the ball bouncing back into the arms of Terry Greedy, and John Kosmina back there telling his keeper to calm down. Kenny Dalglish finding the space and the shot. But fortunately for Australia, it ended up in the arms of Terry Greedy.
Yeah, Liverpool connection. Nicol, Dalglish, and McAvaney hit his leg and was very unfortunate, but well picked up by the goalkeeper.
Kenny Dalglish looking for that 31st goal that will take him to the top of the Scottish goal-scoring list. And Leighton with his first touch, I think, of the ball. Graham Jennings won't be happy with things at the moment. Souness to Nicol, and Nicol all the way back to Leighton. 10 minutes of play gone in the first half here at Hampden Park, and the scoreline Scotland 0, Australia 0, but only by chance perhaps. Cooper, shadowed by Davidson. Gets the cross into Dalglish, looks at the turn, and Dalglish tried to take the rebound. And in the end, again, some desperate defence from the Australians.
Yeah, but defence nevertheless, and the 10 minutes gone, it's 0-0, and we've got to keep it this way. Australia's got to keep this up, and they're doing well defending.
McAvaney and Cooper looking for the free kick. The referee won't have any of that. And Crino plays the ball over the sideline. Oscar Crino playing his 10th match at the top level for Australia. He'll need to be involved in the play just a little more. Scotland playing possession football at the moment. That's the way they want to play. That's the way they want to win the match. It's up to the Australians to take the ball off them. Crino. Murphy. Watson. O'Connor going backwards. And Greedy. Pressure from Gordon Strachan. Left it goes to Graham Jennings. And Jennings to Ratcliffe, getting themselves into trouble again is Australia. As Strachan intercepts there. A free kick to Australia.
Yeah, they can't afford to play football in there. They've just got to get it up the other side of the field and stay there for as long as possible and try and catch Scotland on the break. You can't play nice football in your own area against opposition like this.
Nicol. Yankos is back there. Heads away. It's to Crino. Turns, a bit of room, making a one. Wide was Davidson. Back to O'Connor now to Davidson. O'Connor searching for a way through, and a promising looking build up at the moment from Australia as Watson was brought down. Play on. Here's Crino. Can he get the shot in? Dummies still there for Crino. To Mitchell. This is looking good from Australia. Mitchell with the pace, and it's play on as he went between two players there and dived in the area. Scotland come away with it. Australia will need to chase back, but a promising looking move for Australia. Dalglish looking for the nod on for McAvaney. He's got pace. Still with McAvaney. The challenge came in from Jennings. A bit of holding there from Steve O'Connor. He won't want to do that too many times. Quickly taken. Dalglish. Still with Dalglish. Nicol. Strachan inside the box. Still with Strachan. Looking for the shot. Well tackled by Charlie Yankos, but a corner to Scotland.
That's a lovely toe. That's a lovely toe in there. It's just what he's needed. Beautiful stuff from the number 4.
Quickly taken again. Nicol plays it short to Strachan, shadowed by Yankos. And now to Cooper. Cooper in. Dalglish was there, but headed away by Davidson. Still with Scotland. Miller gets the cross in. Davidson's there again and hoists it downfield. Away goes Mitchell, but it's 1-on-3 here and a bit of support coming. Mitchell is still with Mitchell. The keeper's a bit slow coming out, but the ball's going to beat him. The ball's going to beat Davy Mitchell there. And Scotland back in numbers with Souness now. Murphy up to Souness and committed himself, and now there's holes in the Australian defence forward as we see Aiken moving strongly to McAvaney. The ball's going to elude them all.
That's just what I was talking about catching him on the break, and that was well done by Davy Mitchell there. Very, very unlucky, just pushed it too far, but that's the idea, and that's what Australia have got to do. They've got to get out of their own area, get up the other end and try and catch them quickly.
Now a lull in proceedings for the first time really, as Davidson takes the throw in, finds Kosmina with Miller on his back. The scoreline, and we've had 15 minutes of play, is still Scotland 0, Australia 0. Charlie Yankos in the Australian defence, and downfield again it goes. Murphy tries the not on, and back with Nicol. Nicol, who waited in the shadows of Phil Neal at Liverpool for a long time, now finds himself in the Scottish team handball, it looked like, from Dalglish, ignored by the referee. Strachan. McAvaney again makes the run. Nicol, but Jennings is there. Throw in. Strachan. Goal kick.
And of course it's to Australia's advantage that Scotland haven't scored early, because the Hampden Park crowd are notorious for getting on their teams back when things aren't going the right way. A lot of people here expected a real drubbing, a 6-0 win by Scotland and things like that. That's what they've been talking in the paper. And the fans, like I say, are notorious, and they will turn on their team, and that puts Scotland under a lot of pressure. You can hear them now. They're getting on the team's back, and that's to Australia's advantage.
Mitchell leaps high. Kosmina with the ball. Still Kosmina. Finds Watson in a bit of space. Aiken and Watson takes it over the sideline. Aiken throws quickly, looking for McAvaney. O'Connor's back there, and O'Connor, a little nudge, brings down McAvaney. And one would think just a little bit of feeling out there on the park. So free kick. Meros Malpass looks for McAvaney again, and Yankos with an unattractive clearance. Watson still there with Aiken. Now back to Souness. Souness looks for Nicol in a bit of space. Crino is back there to cover, and now it'll go back to Terry Greedy from Jennings. Forward go the Australians, and Greedy looking for Mitchell, who's been a tower in the air for Australia in this campaign. Crino on the ball to Jennings, pressured by Strachan, gets the ball away to Murphy. Well tackled by Aiken, and now it's with McAvaney again. Elects to go on the run. O'Connor chases. O'Connor's quick too. Souness call for a square ball left. There's a bit of space for Malpass. Souness goes forward instead to Strachan. Edge of the box. In the centre is Dalglish. Strachan looking for the penalty. Oh, dazzling skills from Strachan. Couldn't get it on the foot as Crino came in there with a decisive challenge and saved Australia.
Yeah, good defending by the midfield there. He got back well.
Another corner. Cooper again comes across to take the in-swinger. Near post is McAvaney. Far post, Dalglish. Yankos away. Strachan. Souness with a shot. A good-looking one. A good save from Greedy, though. He looked to pick it up late. Swinging out of the western end of the ground. A good blow, though, by Graham Souness. Didn't take it cleanly, but took it well nevertheless, as we see Dalglish looking for the turn away again by Crino, as Dalglish looked to set up Cooper there with just a neat flick with the foot, and Oscar Crino getting back well.
I think the defenders are giving Gordon Strachan a little bit too much room here.
Dalglish tries the first time cross in. Greedy nods away just with the hand, and Jennings is there. Far post to save yet again, so Terry Greedy coming into the play very much in the opening 20 minutes of this match.
Yeah, it seems to me that Strachan is getting a lot of the ball, and they're giving him too much time. They've got to close him down quicker.
Cooper looking for the shot. Still there for Scotland. And an appeal for a handball, but it's a corner after that shot by McLeish.
It's a good job the corners don't count in World Cup football, isn't it?
Australia under siege at the moment. Alex McLeish and Davey Cooper with the corner again. McLeish runs near post and headed away by Yankos. Yankos directing traffic. Nicol looking for Dalglish. Strachan's there now. Cosmina's back to shadow Strachan, realising he's getting too much room. The throw goes to Dalglish, and Crino called upon to do more defensive work than he's had to do in some time. Dalglish this time with the corner, and he goes near post to McAvaney. It bounces clear. McLeish is there. Players falling over. It comes all the way back to Malpass. Tosses it high, offside. It was McLeish who was offside in the centre of the park.
Absolutely every player in Australia's third of the field there, except for the Scottish goalkeeper there. Tremendous pressure, but the fact is it's 0-0, and I think that Frank Arrock at this stage would be a very, very happy man, because this is what he wanted. He wanted to upset them, wanted to get the crowd intimidated, which they are, and things are going well for Australia.
Forward, Mitchell. Mitchell could run onto this ball well. He does so. Back there's Nicol. Looks for the cross, just off the foot though, but Mitchell continuing to look dangerous on the break. He has speed.
Yeah, he's very unlucky there, Davey. That's the idea, though. The big long ball, get them stretched, get them chasing him, and then support the man. Very well respected in Scotland, Davey Mitchell.
Strachan can't capture that one, and we'll see an Australian throw in on the commentary side of Hampden Park. 63,000 people here tonight. A sellout. Crino delivers the ball, looking for Cosmina in the centre. The shot from Watson, intercepted by Aiken, and now wide. Scotland swing it again through Cooper. Cooper, a bit of space. Davidson working hard to catch him, but still with Cooper. Now Dalglish looking for the turn. A rough challenge again from Ratcliffe. Still with Scotland. Now McAvaney to Souness. Wide, a bit of space there is Nicol. Nicol looking at the shot. Pulls it wide instead. Can he get the cross in? No, he can't. Crino's there. And good defence there by Murphy and also Jennings. Crino chipping forward. Not a good one. He took his eyes off the player. McLeish intercepted. Now it's with Scotland once again. And in a bit of space is Aiken. McAvaney. Aiken running for the 1-2. Can't find him. It's still with McAvaney though. And now O'Connor clears only as far as Souness. They're not clearing well. Nicol pumps the high ball in far post. Dalglish is there. Dalglish can't trap, but it could be fortunate in the end. Still with Scotland. Crino heads away. And now Watson. Watson chips it back in, looking for his goalkeeper. And finally the ball into Terry Greedy's arms. McLeish to Nicol. Strachan's wide right again, running freely as Nicol goes to overlap. Instead it goes to McAvaney. Strachan takes over, chased by Crino. Still with Strachan. Fortunately there, a good challenge rather from Charlie Yankos, and Kenny Murphy comes up with it. Tries the nutmeg, does Kenny Murphy. Jennings. Now Mitchell tries the turn. Yes, he gets away from his player. Now here's danger for the first time really for Scotland. Osmina with a free shot. Can he get the shot in? Well, he took just a fraction too long then. I'm sure he'll be disappointed on reflection that he didn't hit it earlier, but it's still with Cosmina. Backpedaling now. Support is Jennings. He'll need more than that. It goes to Murphy. Murphy should go to Crino. It doesn't. Still with Murphy. Chips in. Where's the Australian support? Right side. It's not there. Aiken. Crino commits himself. Aiken bustling forward boldly and opens the Australians up. And now it's with Dalglish. Dalglish to McAvaney. McAvaney looks for the shot but intercepted by Ratcliffe at the death as McAvaney tried to turn inside. And a spirited bit of play at both ends.
Yeah, good exciting football.
Cooper, another decisive interception there from Oscar Crino. Cooper with the corner. Souness back to Cooper. Davidson was slow getting out, but he makes a good interception on that occasion to Crino. One-on-one. Davidson. And brought down by Dalglish, getting a bit of his own back perhaps. But an accidental challenge sees the pressure relieved for Australia once again.
I'm very impressed by Davidson, the fullback. He's playing well, getting the leg in. Very cool on the ball, and he's defended well today. I'm very impressed with him.
26 minutes of play gone at Hampden Park in Scotland. The scoreline, Scotland 0, Australia 0. They're holding them at the moment. Can they continue to do so? Greedy throws. O'Connor's first to do a bit of leg work for no reason and looks to backpedal, and Greedy has it again. Yankos calls for the ball. Steve O'Connor has settled down now after a somewhat shaky start. Mitchell's upfield, so is McLeish. McLeish heads down. It's Murphy there. Murphy soon has thought about it and he's left space open for Murphy. Can he get the shot in? Murphy shoots! Wide left though, no power in the shot from Ken Murphy, and he won't be too happy with that, but a good incisive burst upfield from the number 10.
Yeah, very well. Slips Aiken well. Should have took it a bit further. Has a crack, unlucky, but good attempt. Well done. Shows plenty of confidence, that.
Jim Leighton with the clearance. And Ratcliffe a heading dual centre field. Cosmina tries to beat Nicol, can't do so. And forward to Dalglish. Dalglish sets up Nicol perfectly, but Yankos comes in to clean it up. Nicol, Dalglish looking to go right through the centre. Well, Dalglish looked to run into David Ratcliffe on that occasion. I think it was a bit both ways.
Yeah, he's definitely swayed by the referee that time, by the crowd, the referee, definitely. There wasn't a foul at all.
So Souness again looks to take it quickly. Strachan tries to set up the man, and Yankos tries to do the right thing and hoisting it away. The players rush out, and they're not beaten. Greedy's forced to dash out of his area and kicks it up towards us in the commentary position. Good thinking off his line from Terry Greedy. Souness will take the throw in. Greedy in goals, and Souness to Strachan. Strachan looking for the turn. Ratcliffe's chasing again. The cross.
So he won't be real fit, and like I say, you can't afford to give him the ball though. You've got to close him right down. He's getting too much space at the moment.
Osmina looking for the header. Murphy and Souness clash in centre field. And Aiken sends it to Malpass looking for McAvaney. And off McAvaney, Australia throw in. Davidson slowing the play down a fraction to Watson. Still with Watson, showing good skills on the ball. Joey Watson to Davidson. Again Davidson, but he's caught. Still caught. McAvaney chases. And the Australians just tending to fiddle with it a bit, although they win the throw in. Dalglish. trying to find Cooper. Crino. Still Crino. Tries to beat his man, can't do so. Scotland come up with it once again, but Cosmina's back there. And now another Scottish free kick. Dalglish in for a bit of treatment. And it's Aiken rushing in there to tidy things up, to separate his own player.
Yeah, the referee's not going to take any nonsense here. I think Kenny overreacted a little bit there.
Cooper. 2 players on Cooper. What can he do? He plays it back to Malpass. Malpass looks for Miller wide and right. McLeish is there as well. The Australians are back there in numbers though. Jennings intercepts and Crino has it. Who's running forward for Australia? No one at the moment. They wouldn't want to lose it in this position. Joey Watson realises that and plays a decisive back pass that earns the wrath of the Hampden Park crowd. Crino, McLeish, Nickel, dancing on the ball to McLeish, playing the 1-2s nicely to sort out the Australian midfield. McAvaney chases, Yankos looks to have it covered. And outside of the foot sees a Scotland throw in. 30 minutes of play exactly, the scoreline still 0-0 as Graham Souness, capped 48 times for Scotland, takes the return pass. Joe Watson, a good challenge there. Unseats the Scottish challenge and the Scottish captain, but they still have possession through Cooper. Yankos. Again, Yankos. Yankos goes forward. Mitchell was wide right, but Yankos, not the pace or the vision on that occasion to give it to him. He'll need to chase back in a hurry as Aiken's brought down by Murphy. Quickly taken once again to Dalglish. Dalglish goes left to Cooper. Davidson's over there covering Cooper. And what's happening?
I think there was a nasty little incident off the ball, actually. I think there was a few elbows flying off the ball between O'Connor and Aitken.
The referee shows the yellow card to 2 players, to Steve O'Connor, and that's critical for Australia. Steve O'Connor already has 1 yellow card, I feel, and so he's going to miss the return match.
That's right. And of course, again, he'll be worried about getting another one tonight.
Cosmina can't hide his disappointment. Cosmina has 1 as well, I feel.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do too much talking now, otherwise he'll get another one. I don't think this ref's going to take any nonsense whatsoever. In fact, he's doing a good job.
Strachan looking for Souness again. Cooper. Dalglish is onside.
Offside.
Offside.
Offside anyway.
Offside. The flag just obscured then. And Terry Greedy coming out with a desperate lunge at the feet of Kenny Dalglish.
Wasn't much in it. This is good stuff by Australia. Doing well. They're doing well. They can just keep this up till half time. I think the Scots will panic a little bit.
Mitchell on the ball. Can't deliver it first time on the half volley. Nickel takes it. Looking good as Steve Nickel tonight. Malpass. Watson in front. Australians regroup. Yankos chips it forward. Mitchell's there. Who's with him? McLeish comes in with the interception, and now an Australian free kick. Midway between the Scottish goal line and the halfway line.
I thought that was a bit harsh there. I thought that was a good header by the Scottish defender.
Perhaps a bit of elbow in there from McLeish.
Those two have played against each other in the Scottish League and had a couple of battles before, actually. As the coach just stood up there, Eddie Thompson, the Australian coach, the Scotsman himself.
Yankos perhaps looking for a blast from a long way out. Yankos takes it and it goes harmlessly wide from Charlie Yankos. The sweeper for Australia. He's held them together for so long during their campaign. Played with Ratcliffe and O'Connor for something like 40 matches, with the odd miss from O'Connor and Ratcliffe through injury and suspension. Ratcliffe. Scotland move wide right through Strachan. Dalglish can't beat Ratcliffe. Yankos and Greedy. Greedy looking to put Davidson away. Watson's there. And Watson beaten McAvaney with a bit of space. Running for him is Aiken. It goes back to Aiken. Off an Australian player. Appeal for handball. Davidson takes it, looking good as Davidson, signalling forward to Mitchell to move wide. Give him some space. Still Davidson on the ball and gets away well from McAvaney. Creano's there. He goes left, but Mitchell didn't read it. Scotland back on the attack again through Dalglish. Miller's running with him. Wide to Strachan. Strachan gets the cross in away from Charlie Yankos. The Australians were back there well. Nicol. Still with Nicol. Looking for the near post ball to Cooper. And now Souness strolls arrogantly over the ball and plays it left to Miller. And it's O'Connor. Watson. Creano running forward, interception by Malpass, and here's Cosmina in a little bit of space as John Cosmina running left, and a good run was made by Watson. He ignored it. Instead, it looked to go to Jennings. It's still with Cosmina battling hard for the ball, holds back McLeish. Well, John Cosmina will have to watch it, or he won't be there at the end of the match tonight. The roar goes up as Dalglish battles for possession with Graham Jennings. Jennings with the throw. Mitchell looking to turn. Nicol again. Nicol perhaps reading Mitchell a little better than he did earlier in the night. Creano. Ratcliffe's with him. Mitchell again. Good challenge from Nicol. Another arrogant piece of work from Souness as it goes to Aiken. Souness. Creano's there. He thought Watson was looking after Souness, but he wasn't. And Malpass has a bit of room. Davidson again back there, though. He seems to be there all the time, does Davidson. Forcing the error. Creano. Still Creano. Looked to beat his man in an impossible position then, did Oscar Creano. And gives away the ball once again. Cooper. Trouble here for Australia, giving away a silly free kick. Cooper. Watson. Taken over by Creano. He has no support. Has to go on his own. Does it well too. Murphy's there in the centre. Keep going, Oscar. Tries to deliver a long ball left with Mitchell was running. Now Scotland have possession again. They're running free. Dalglish. Still Dalglish. Not enough speed. But Murphy is penalised.
Yeah, the tension's getting to the Scottish players now.
Nicol. Strachan in support. Can Australia hold them out? Good ball there for Strachan in the centre. Who's there? Headed away, just wide.
Roy Aitken. Good ball that by Strachan and Nicol. Good play.
The header came across. Aitken, one position, flung himself with the ball under pressure.
Yeah, if Australia can just keep this going, they're doing very, very well. And the Scots are going to start to panic soon, I feel. McLeish wins the better of the challenge with Cosmina. Creano. Davidson, a good dummy. Sells Cooper short, and still with Davidson looking slippery and smooth tonight as he tries to find Mitchell. Mitchell turns and back to Leighton for one of his few touches of the ball. The Scottish goalkeeper tonight sends it to Steve Nicol. McAvaney.
Strachan, forward is Dalglish. Not too much support there. Watching Dalglish like a hawk is the Australian defence, perhaps too closely. Jennings. Nicol. Good skills from Nicol. Dalglish tries to set up McAvaney, and Ratcliffe clears away once again. 14 minutes of play gone in the first half. 5 to go before the break. It's still 0-0 here at Hampden Park. The Australians holding out, albeit only just. They're holding out. Dalglish. Jennings taking on Dalglish. Dalglish taking on Jennings. And in the end, the linesman steps in and awards a free kick to Scotland. Dalglish chips it near post. McAvaney's there. Over. Frank McAvaney, the West Ham striker, and the referee signalling to hurry up. As there's a player down injured, Charlie Yankos. Charlie Yankos holding his hip. The Australian doctor, Brian Corrigan, strolling along the sideline there, looking at Yankos. But Yankos well enough to take the free kick. Strachan takes on Mitchell, and coming in to challenge is Nicol. Dalglish again looks for the decisive header. Dalglish and Murphy battling away there. And now with Strachan, Murphy shadowing. Murphy makes an ugly challenge, gets away with it. Nicol. Elbows off Murphy, still with Nicol. Turns him inside out, can't get the cross in. Jennings. Cooper. Davey Cooper switching play, looking to get into play, looking to put his mark on this match so far. Scored from the penalty spot in the last match against Wales. Cooper, who's there, McAvaney's there, and falls free! Oh, the shot was away, it rebounded off two Australian defenders there. Davidson was there with Ratcliffe and also O'Connor, and it's a goal kick. Yankos, Watson, maybe 2 minutes to go before half-time as Watson to Jennings. Jennings takes on Strachan, takes a good man to do that, it doesn't come off that time. And Aiken puts McAvaney away, finding space beautifully. Can he save it? He does, still with McAvaney. That'll be Greedy's, and he takes it gratefully, does Terry Greedy, at the eastern end of the ground. And Strachan takes possession. Mitchell again aggressively forward, cheeky back heel, puts Crino away. Oscar Crino on the ball. Mitchell was running for him. It goes to Cosmina, and Cosmina finds Mitchell finally in space to Murphy. Can Murphy deliver a good ball here? Jennings makes a run, a good-looking run from Jennings in the centre. Who was there? It was Souness, I feel, or Malpass was back there, and Willie Miller got the final clearance, still with Australia. Cosmina takes too long on the ball and gives it away to Aiken, who's looking strong in the midfield. To Strachan. Seems to be showing no ill effects from having played just 2 matches in the last 2 months and coming on once as a substitute. Malpass. To Cooper. Malpass overlapping and doing it well. Who's in the centre there? Can't get the ball in as Watson chases him and chases him well. But Scotland earn a corner just before half-time. 2 minutes to go before half-time. And Davey Cooper, the outswinger this time, in the centre. It goes to Dalglish, but intercepted by Oscar Crino. Nicol chips it forward. Souness making the run. He's onside. Calling for the ball was Dalglish. Cooper headed away.
Australia have got to be very careful with the offside trap. They're getting caught all the time with the ball over the top.
Cooper to Dalglish. Dalglish, can he have the shot in? Sets up. Macon.
Oh, well blocked again, Australia, well blocked.
Souness. Nicol. Still Nicol running free. Mitchell comes in, commits himself, and now there's only 2 defenders for Nicol to beat. Now 3. He looks to take them all on, does Nicol, and beats them all just about. But in the end, it's David Ratcliffe who's forced to tidy up there. But good enterprising play there from the Liverpudlian. Nicol to Dalglish. Nicol comes up with it. Still with Nicol. Dangerously into the box. Away by John Cosmina.
Yeah, big threat, Stephen Nicol. He's a tremendous player, tremendous competitor as well.
Half-time is but a moment away. Can Australia hold out? Dalglish wanted to take the corner, but it's Cooper who comes across as McLeish moves into the near post.
I think
Aiken is there.
Dalglish feels he's better in the box.
Far post is Miller. Up goes McLeish. On, away. Steve O'Connor looks upfield. No one there. Should chip it to Watson. Plays the short ball to Davidson. Davidson looks to go backwards. And that's half-time. Half-time. And a round of boos greet the scoreline at half-time. Perhaps not the play, but the scoreline. And a good one in favour of Australia. Reading Scotland 0, Australia 0. Craig Johnston.
Oh, terrific. They've soaked up so much pressure. They've shown bravery. They've got in the way of shots. One thing worries me, it's the offside trap.
For them at the moment. There's the kickoff. Ratcliffe. Intercepted by Cooper. And Malpass forward. Davidson makes one of the few errors he's made so far today. And now he'll need to get back as the ball goes to Aiken. No one was making the run, but Aiken was tumbled down. And that was unnecessary there. The crowd calling for the red card. O'Connor will receive it.
Yeah,
Aiken
making a bit of a meal of that one. The cameras didn't pick it up, but we saw it, Peter, and he made a meal of that one.
Well, the referee, Mr. Christov from Czechoslovakia, certainly influenced then by the crowd. Souness perhaps bending it around the wall and looking for the far post. Instead goes near post. The Cooper gets the shot in. Danger for Australia. Still there. The shot. Is it going to come in? Oh, missed the ball. Strachan tries it, and that's a harmless one to Greedy. But it was there for a long time for Scotland, and Aiken missed it. A strange miss indeed.
A bit lucky there, Australia. Souness uncharacteristically missing the ball completely. Let Australia off the hook there.
Greedy. Mitchell, Cosmina trying to search out Joe Watson, and Watson finds Davidson. Good ball forward there from Davidson, but now Scotland find themselves with possession again through Aiken. Dalglish steps over the ball. Yankos will need to get rid of it. Tries to take it wide. No one's up there for Australia. McLeish makes it his. And Malpass all the way back to Miller. To Nicol. Crino up to do a bit more work. And Nicol makes a mistake. The crowd don't like it.
You're right on the ball there. Crino put him under pressure there and made him make a bad pass. Good defending that.
Jennings. Australians don't want to work themselves into a corner here. Mitchell, who's running. Crino's running. Hasn't got the pace, and Nicol read it well. Jim Leighton wearing contact lenses tonight, as he has done. Jim Leighton finds out McAvaney, and now it's Aiken. Jennings is back there, and the Scots look to have gone off the boil just a fraction at the moment. Souness in the midfield, although as soon as I say that, they start raging into attack again. That ball looks like it's going to elude them. Yankos in the end has to make the challenge on Malpass.
You say Jim Leighton, the goalkeeper's got contact lenses. I think he could do with a pair of earmuffs at the moment, because the Scottish supporters are getting restless now, and could make Scotland panic, I feel.
Souness can't deliver the ball in. In the way was Alan Davidson. Mitchell was the one who read the ball forward from Davidson. Appeal for handball. Or was the ball over the sideline? I think it was. Scotland through this far after finishing second in European Group 7. They drew the last match at Cardiff with Wales. 1-1 on the penalty spot. A sad night in Scottish football with the death of Jock Stein. They'll be playing for him tonight. And Australia giving the ball away to Strachan. Strachan, the challenge was illegal. The referee picked it up again. Strachan being the danger man, quickly taken by the Scots, but they give it away in turn and all the way back to Terry Greedy. So it's still 0-0. The Scots came out raging at the Australians in the first half. They soaked up the pressure, and now it's up to Scotland to put on the pressure once again, as Australia just looking a little bit more composed in the second half. Dalglish looking for Cooper. Maybe Cooper turns over the ball, finds Dalglish again. Good interception by Ratcliffe. Well, perhaps.
Oh, that's very unfair. That it was a good challenge, and the referees give it against Australia. Very unfair. That.
Dalglish.
It could be dangerous as well.
Shrugs his shoulders and walks forward. A line of Scottish attackers on the edge of the Australian box. There's Aiken there. There's also McLeish. It's the left foot of Davey Cooper trying to seek one of them out. Yankos heads away. Kosmina clears away, but that's not going to do them any good just at the moment. They run forward to make the offside trap. They are offside. It's Nicol.
That's just what I was talking about. Obviously, Frank Arrock picked it up at half-time and told them if they're coming out in defence, come out in numbers, and they've done it there. They've listened to what he's said, and it's worked.
So Charlie Yankos now 20 metres inside his own half, running from the western stand end here at Hampden Park in Glasgow. A fine night after early rain. Can Australia mount some sort of attack here? Souness on the ball and plays a cool pass to Malpass. Malpass searching up Dalglish. Ratcliffe is there again, putting pressure on him, but it runs free to Cooper. Can't save it. Australian throw-in. Dalglish. Joe Watson in there battling the referee, down on his haunches watching the challenge. Now it's with Malpass to Cooper to Dalglish. Dalglish steps over the ball. Ratcliffe watching him like a hawk and wins that exchange. Good play. Watson there. And now Mitchell turns. Can he get away from McLeish? One touch and a trip from Davey Mitchell just when he had the player beaten. Although McLeish, give him his due, was showing a bit of pace back there. Nicol now in a bit of space on the right for Scotland, and Strachan goes back to lend support. Strachan looking enterprising on the ball tonight. Miller to Nicol once again. Jennings goes up, doesn't want to commit himself. Forward to Strachan. Ratcliffe. And a Scottish throw-in. Strachan leaves it for Nicol. And now there's Dalglish. But Dalglish loses it. And it's Ratcliffe who comes away with it, but he too surrenders possession. And Nicol tries to touch it forward to the byline, can't do so, but he earns the throw-in instead. 5 metres from the corner flag. Scotland running right to left. Oh, solid challenge there. The referee missed it, I think. Calls play on. Nicol gives it away. Jennings comes up with it, and it goes to Crino. And Nicol. Crino never saw him coming.
Yeah, again, I think the Scottish player making a bit of a meal of it. Saw the incident. Crino just caught him a little bit, but Strachan had went down like Lionel Rose had hit him there.
Oscar Crino came to Australia when he was 10 years old from Buenos Aires. Joe Watson. Jennings is left. It goes there. Mitchell is forward, calling for it, screaming for it as David Mitchell. Jennings, though, coolly over the ball to Watson. Looking far better now as Australia, but Murphy gives it away. Falls nicely and kindly to Jennings. Battle for possession. Aiken, and now Scotland on the rampage. Left is Davey Cooper. Davidson is there. Cooper looks for the decisive ball. McAvaney on the turn. Can't control it. Under pressure again from Australia. And Greedy comes up with it.
Yeah, I feel Scotland might make a substitution if it carries on like this. And I think McAvaney might be replaced. It all depends on Kenny. Dalglish will tell the manager how fit he is. And if he says, I'm okay, I think they'll replace McAvaney.
Aiken to McLeish. And Malpass all the way back is forced to go to Jim Leighton. Dalglish up there with 4 Australian defenders. Charlie Yankos makes it his. And now it's with Cooper. Prino had the right idea, but now it's Cooper looking dangerous. It looked to be a good challenge, that one. Well, the same thing happened in the first half when 2 Scottish defenders were back and Mitchell walked through them and fell over. And the free kick wasn't given then, but for a similar occasion now, the free kick is given. And a dangerous position for Australia. 20 metres out from the goal, and Souness comes up to take it. Mr. Christov will not be liked by the Australians for that decision. Cooper, McAvaney's in the wall. Aikens far post, along there with McLeish. Souness goes far post. Off the wall, Yankos went down. Scottish throw-in quickly taken again. There's Cooper on the turn. Back there as Joe Watson steps over the ball and surrenders it to Dalglish. Still with Dalglish after Souness puts the touch in. Davidson looking good on the ball, Alan Davidson. And Dalglish forced into error.
Yeah, beautifully composed player, Alan Davidson. Lovely play, and he's really impressed me tonight with his composure more than anything. Cream of world football, and he's playing as if it's a Saturday afternoon picnic to him. Frank Arrock there must be very happy with things.
Greedy not happy with that clearance off the side of his boot. Cosmina did well to keep it in, but he ended up surrendering it to Malpass. Aiken lunging forward, McAvaney and the Scots going down, and that challenge there was the worst one of the lot. The referee decides to leave O'Connor on. The Australians will have to reform quickly. Strachan plays it back. Not a tidy ball from Nicol, but it finds McLeish to Strachan. Still with Strachan. There's danger here for Australia. To Nicol, who's there for Scotland. Nicol can't get the cross in. Appeal for handball. And a Scottish throw-in, the referee says. On your way. Dalglish, Nicol, dangerous centre. O'Connor comes out to make it his. Good, big, strong play from O'Connor on that occasion. Tries to set up Davy Mitchell. It's a long run for Mitchell. It's also a run for Malpass, and it's going to go to Leighton.
That's exactly where Australia want to get the ball as well. Showing plenty of determination there, Big O'Connor. Good football. Just get it out of our own half and keep it in theirs.
McAvaney, Dalglish, back to McAvaney. Oh, danger, beautiful turn. And the referee signals a free kick.
Yeah, definite foul. He didn't fall over, but the man definitely caught his foot there. That's the one good decision I think the referee's made. Just caught him there. Yeah, definitely impeded him.
And so Frank McAvaney looking dangerous on the turn. A neat little touch on that occasion. And now real pressure for the Australians. Can they soak this up as Graham Souness steps in?
Problems here with Souness and Davy Cooper. Souness, tremendous right foot. Davy Cooper, tremendous left foot.
0 all the scoreline. The big Australian wall stands firm, or do they? It's Cooper! It's there! Davy Cooper makes it 1-0. He saw the opening. He slotted it in round the Australian wall with the left foot. And it's 1-0 to Scotland, and Hampden Park celebrates.
Yeah, there's nothing much the keeper could do about that. A tremendously well-struck shot. I feel there was a little bit of a problem with the wall. It seemed to go straight through the wall. Very unlucky Australia. Done so well. If they can just keep it at that, what a tremendously respectable result it is now, even still 1-0.
Murphy. Now it's up to Australia to come at the Scots, who'll be buoyed by that goal. O'Connor leaps over the back of Dalglish and Cooper on the ball. That's the danger now, that the Scots will take heart from that goal.
Well, exactly, and it's not just the players, it's the fans as well. You can probably hear them now on your televisions, but they've changed altogether now. They're shouting for their team now. They're cheering, and that puts Australia under a lot more pressure than they were before. So unlucky, so unlucky.
And there's not a very good view of Alec Ferguson, the Scottish manager. Cosmina brought down, or did he fall down? He was brought down. Miller waves away the referee. But Australia have a free kick, and a quick reply would certainly be good. O'Connor, Davidson screaming for the ball right. It goes there perhaps a little too slow. Murphy, Australia don't want to lose it here. Still with Murphy, battling for it as though his life depended on it. Watson, he needed to though. Souness comes up with it. Still with Souness. Strides confidently away from the Murphy challenge and sends wide right to Nicol in an acre of space. Nicol looking for the options forward. Strachan was there. So was Dalglish. It goes to Strachan. Turns one big wrong rolling circle as Strachan to Malpass and Dalglish finding the space again. Dalglish, the turn slower than before. Dalglish, the shot, he saw the opening.
Yeah, typical piece of Kenny Dalglish magic there. Turned his man in the box, went one way, took the ball the other, steps over the ball, has a look at the goals, near post, and it's a good save as well.
McAvaney's on, trouble now. Oh, decisive finishing.
Well, that's just what Australia didn't want. Caught at the back, I feel offside there. Didn't come out with the rest of the defenders there.
2-0 to Scotland, and McAvaney congratulated, scoring his first goal for Scotland and his first full international for his country. What a debut.
Jankos caught a bit square there at the back.
Well, what can Australia do now but fight on doggedly? Jennings, it's now with Jennings, with Nichols back there. Jennings with the throw-in. Can Australia find a reply? Can they score here at Hampden Park? Or is Scotland going to walk forward and score more? Jankos with McAvaney on him. Beats him forward. Mitchell's there, but he's a long way from the ball. And Frank McAvaney, who was reluctant to play football when he was a youngster, didn't start till very late in his teens, and then all of a sudden was Scottish under-21 player of the year, and now 26 in 2 days' time scores his first goal for Scotland. And McAvaney on the ball again, oozing with confidence to Strachan wide. Strachan switches the play left, searching out the openings as the Scottish side at the moment. Forward to Dalglish, running into that centimetre of space, back again. A good thought from Malpass. Australia desperate to clear. And they're chased and robbed. And I don't know about that. Seemed to be a fair one from Aiken.
Yeah, Australia have got to consolidate now. They've come here, they've done the job. Unfortunately, the 2 goals have gone in, but don't forget there's another 90 minutes in Australia. So they've got to close them out now. And don't forget that in the World Cup ruling, away goals count double. So if Australia score now and they draw in Australia, it's still worth 2 goals. So it would be a draw now if Australia tied in Australia with Scotland and it was a draw. The match would be a draw. All they would have to do was score 1 goal tonight, which is not out of their capabilities, I feel.
Davidson and Aiken battling, and Davidson penalised for that challenge.
Yeah, all the Scots wanting the ball at once now. The confidence has come back.
Aiken to Malpass. Joe Watson is there, trying valiantly. Miles of space right for Scotland. There's Nicol there, trying to make it his. O'Connor, not good from Steve O'Connor. He's got to forget about the 2 goals that have gone in and concentrate on what he's doing now, otherwise there'll be another 2. Crino on the ball, back to O'Connor, making a bit of space, delivers a good ball to Jankos. Jankos getting himself into trouble. O'Connor chases the mistake. but a Scottish throw-in midway between the Australian goal line and the halfway line. McAvaney, the turn, no one was there. Cooper again, space left with Malpass. The options are plenty, but Crino battles severely. The referee got in the way, and now he penalises Crino for the challenge.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad challenge.
Soonest to Strachan. To Dalglish. We've seen that combination before. Crino, Australia has got to break quickly. Yeah. Scoring is not impossible.
The Australian confidence, on the other hand, has gone down a little bit now.
A good dummy from Davidson, then Murphy didn't quite read it. Can he deliver a ball up front? The players waiting for it. O'Connor back. The Australians backpedaling. It has to go all the way back to Greedy. So a good attacking position there for Australia, destroyed by just that ounce of slowness on the ball then. When a ball delivered first time under the right circumstances, might have seen a different result. Watson, centre field. Left to Jennings. Kosmina. And gives it away to Strachan. Extreme danger. There's a lot of space left, but Strachan showing a willingness to hold onto the ball once again. Doesn't come up with it. Kosmina has to take them on. Takes them on without success. Souness. And Dalglish running away from his man again. McAvaney's in the centre. Cooper's left. Dalglish and Ratcliffe. Dalglish looking to turn his man inside out. Possibly looking for the penalty. Across it goes to Cooper. Cooper's dangerous on his left foot. Is there going to be a shot? Cooper again lays it back to Malpass. Square ball. And it's Aiken. Saved by Greedy. He's dropped it. Oh, great save again by Greedy. Oh, Greedy dropped it the first time but made amends with a superb effort. The pressure hasn't gone though. Nicholl surges forward to Strachan. Marked down by Murphy. Play on, says the referee. Nicholl pumps it in. High ball, far post. Away by Davidson.
Well done, Terry Greedy there. The second save was terrific.
Jim Patika's warming up on the bench for the Australians. Obviously, Frank Garrick feels he needs to score a goal here, being 2 down. As Aiken has the ball to Cooper. Across it goes. O'Connor gets high. Doesn't put a good header on the ball. It goes wide. Miller's there. A clearance by Kenny Murphy. There's no one upfield. It's going to be Scotland's again. They're playing possession football.
Yeah, Peter, typical of Frank Garrick. Rather than consolidate at that 2-0 and put a defender on, he's going to bring a forward on and try and snatch a goal. Positive thinking by Frank Garrick. Bringing Joey Watson off.
Greedy.
Yeah, rather brave. Bringing midfielder off and putting a man up front.
Crino to Mitchell. The challenge from Miller was penalised. Well, now it's up to Australia to quickly to move onto the ball. The Scots were showing it in the first half. Every free kick, they were up there and quickly at it. I think it's up to the Australians to do the same at the moment and perhaps put a bit of pressure on the Australians, as we see Joey Watson coming off his second appearance at Hampden Park. And Jimmy Patikas comes on. The Rothmans Player of the Year in Sydney in the National League. Australia-wide. And an attacker for a midfielder. McAvaney. Handball. Souness. Very cool to Miller. And now Nicholl. Dalglish again making the decisive run. Tries to set up Strachan, who didn't read in that time. Crino having a good game, and Patikas first touch of the ball. And a confident touch, not so from Davidson, off the outside of the foot. Scotland throw in, leading 2-0. And we've had 23 minutes of play in the second half. It was 0-0 at half-time, but they've conceded 2 goals in the first 20 minutes of the second half. Cooper from a free kick after 12 minutes. McAvaney from a Dalglish header after 15. And a neat touch to finish. Nicholl, lots of space again, has Nicholl. Searches out Strachan. Yankos heads away to Murphy. Jennings, Dalglish is there, doing a bit of legwork back in the midfield. Kosmina. Kosmina should have delivered the ball to Patikas then, didn't. Held onto it. Now it goes to Murphy. Murphy beats one man. Jennings is running. It goes to Jennings. Still with Jennings. To the byline goes Jennings. Gets the ball in. Who's there? Mitchell with the turn. Still with Davy Mitchell. What can he do? Scotland clear away through Souness now. Bad luck for Australia, but they'll have to get back in a hurry. There's Dalglish is there, and a subtle turn, an acceleration away from Ratcliffe, and danger as Malpass runs left. In the centre is McAvaney. Also Cooper's there. Malpass goes for McAvaney. Cooper, or rather, it was O'Connor intercepts. The danger hasn't ceased for Australia. Dalglish, still with Dalglish. A little kick and, well, Dalglish falls over. Davidson laughs and Dalglish.
Yeah, more frustration than anything by the fullback there. Good job it wasn't in the box though. We would have been in big, big trouble.
Patikas and also Davidson, the two-man wall then. Danger once again for Australia. Can they hold out? They're queuing up on the far post and the near post. Clear away goes Quino, and now Patikas to Murphy. Sets up Patikas again on the move, but Souness reads the play to perfection and back to Nickel. Offside are all the Scots. The flag stayed down. Well, that can't be. It was a long way away from the play.
And unfortunately, Davidson on the near side was keeping everybody on. Everybody else had read the offside trap except Davidson, who was a long way offside, and that's what we said before, could have been dangerous.
Strachan with the throw-in. 26 minutes gone in the second half. 2-0 to Scotland. Still Strachan. Don't let him move to McAvaney. Strachan looking for the return. Still McAvaney. It goes to Nickel low in the centre. It goes, and Greedy has it. Jerry Greedy, a late starter. Only made his debut in the Australian National League when he was 27. That was 3 years ago. McLeish on a good, decisive header there from Dalglish to McAvaney. The surge goes forward from Scotland. Hampden Park comes alight. It's Steve O'Connor with a good interception, but he gives away a corner. Again, looking to quickly take it. Dalglish wants this one. He signals Aiken away.
The Scots are all wound up now. They're all wanting the ball.
Near post it goes. Who's there? Australia's there through Yankos. Patikas is there, heads away to nobody except a somebody in the form of Graham Souness, and now Dalglish on the left peg. Greedy's there, punches away, does he? Well, and luckily Jennings, far side, picks it up. Challenged by Miller. O'Connor back to Jennings. They don't want to toy with it there. The Scots appearing, or rather appealing for a handball. The referee says no, play on, and Davy Mitchell all on his lonesome up front, but wins the throw-in.
Yeah, Australia can't put their heads down now. They've got to consolidate now. Because with this crowd in the background, there's a danger of them being completely overrun, which is would be total suicide with the other 90 minutes to come in Australia next month.
Malpass and to Jim Leighton, and a substitute warming up for Scotland as the ball goes forward and headed by Ratcliffe. Kosmina has it. Kosmina turns, but beaten. Aiken penalised for the challenge. The studs were open.
Yeah, Graham Sharp, the Everton centre forward, coming on for Dalglish. He's a bit short of match practice, and Dalglish gets a tremendous reception from the Parky faithful here. King Kenny, as he's known in this neck of the woods.
Well, only a handful of minutes for Liverpool in the last month for Kenny Dalglish, but he's seen us Scotland side to a 2-0 lead at Hampden Park, as we see Davidson try to deliver some sort of cross to put Australia on the board here. Now they have a corner, but Watson has come off, the man who can deliver them centimetre perfect at times. Watson is off, and it's up to Ken Murphy to take it, as we see Jim Leighton directing the traffic. And I think, is this the first corner for Australia?
I don't know, it could well be.
Murphy
See if we can make
sends it in far post. Mitchell rises high, headed by Ratcliffe. Patikas tries the left foot shot. The first Australian corner of the match. And the first real bit of set play pressure for the Scots comes to naught.
Yeah, that was a chance there for Jim Patikas. Should have done better there, I thought.
Crino heads. Souness again dominating in midfield. Sharp looking for his first touch of the ball, but it goes back to Miller, and Miller wins a free kick. Souness takes it about 2 metres forward, but in the end his haste gives it away to Australia. He was looking for Cooper left. Davidson calling for support. Australia has to accelerate, move into a different gear now. O'Connor, gives it away. McAvaney on his own, tries to send the ball left, but it's intercepted by Davidson, who read it well. McAvaney didn't look up, and Australia have possession again. They're down 2-0, and we've had 30 minutes of play in the second half. The scoreline, if you're just arising in Australia, is Scotland 2, Australia 0. Scotland really having a second bite of the cherry after finishing second in European Group 7 behind Spain. They had to draw with Wales in the final match to force this meeting, but the Oceania qualifier rated not good enough to force a direct passage into the World Cup finals in Mexico next year. And so this meeting over 2 legs, and in the first one here at Hampden Park, Scotland lead 2-0. The pulsating crowd of 63,000 early on looked as though they were going to be starved of goals, but 2 came in a rush. Souness to Miller, back to Souness again. He'll need more pressure, Souness, otherwise he's going to deliver good-looking balls. He didn't then, but it still was Scotland through Aiken. Now Strachan looking to get into the play a little more as the ginger-haired fellow from Manchester United. Patikas, a high challenge there from Aiken, arms flailing, shrugs off Patikas, but the referee had nothing to say about it. Ratcliffe, battle for possession. Jennings comes up with it. Now what can Australia do? They're not exactly forward in numbers. A good ball from Mitchell to Jennings. Hold the play up, Jennings. He delivers the ball in. Who's in the centre there? It comes back to Murphy. Still an opportunity for Australia. What can Murphy do? Tries to put away Davidson. Davidson the first time, and the second corner of the match goes to Australia. Hampden Park silent when their defence is under pressure.
Yeah, good run by Graham Jennings there. He's played well tonight. A little bit of a lack of confidence by Australia now. They're putting their heads down. They can't afford to do this.
The corner comes in, but it's a harmless one. An easy meet for Cooper, and McAvaney on his own upfield puts away McLeish brilliantly. McLeish steps over the ball to Strachan, and now he holds the play up just for a moment as Scotland move forward in numbers. Souness gives it away. A chance for Australia. 1-on-1. Mitchell can't control it. A savage challenge there from Miller, unrewarded. Still with Kosmina. Can he get the shot in? Tries the back heel, the cheeky back heel, and Strachan is brought down. The referee signals play on.
Australia wasting chances now. It took them 30 minutes to win a corner, and they just give the ball straight back to Scotland. And then Davey Mitchell showing a little bit of lack of confidence. They're giving the ball away again. You can't do this. You got to battle. This is what it's all about now. You know, they're behind, and they've got to show guts and determination now more than ever to keep it at 2-0 and try and counter Scotland on the break. In the last 5 minutes, they've had 3 chances to do that, and because of the lack of confidence, they've given it away.
Nickel sharpers forward, so's O'Connor. O'Connor gets the header in, and a push in the back, or rather a push in the front from Graham Sharp on Steve O'Connor.
Yeah, it's about time the referee gave us something. I think he's been a bit biased tonight, I must say that, against Australia.
Greedy drops the ball forward. And Kosmina on the turn. He'll need to do better than that, the Australian captain. Leighton. Sharp is there. O'Connor has his eyes on it again, gets the challenge. Jennings showing good composure as Graham Jennings and Oscar Crino to involve himself a little more in the play. Murphy steps over the ball, can't gain possession. A fierce challenge there. And again, Australia find themselves under pressure. A quickly taken free kick. They'll have to stop arguing and get back and cover. Nickel wide in the centre as Cooper. Pleading for it as Cooper. Not a good ball though from Nickel. Cooper comes up with it. Danger. Strachan. Oh, solid challenge. The referee waves it on, and so he should have. It was 1-on-1. Yankos gives Mitchell a run. McLeish is there, and an Australian throw-in.
Yeah, definitely a confidence problem at the moment, and also at this stage I think there's a fitness problem. It's starting to show on the Aussie players now, and the day in, day out training of the professionals is starting to tell now.
Patikas looking to take on Malpass. The experience of Malpass, even though he's only a youngster, shows there. He waited for Patikas to make his move and swallowed him up.
Australia can't give the ball away now. They've got it up that side of the field. Let's see if they can keep it there for a while.
Still with Patikas.
Get a corner.
Gets the ball in. Away from Malpass. Sharp looking for turn. Well read by O'Connor. O'Connor looking for the 1-2. Davidson thought for a moment. He should have delivered it then. Now they're playing cheekily with it. And Australia give it away. Real danger here. Even though it's 3-on-3, they're wide and they've spread the Australian defence. Cooper in the situation he loves most. Davey Cooper looking to take the shot. Sends it to Strachan. Byline. And the dive forced to be made there from the Australian defence in the form of Charlie Yankos.
Yeah, Yankos read the ball off Cooper, whereas Strachan didn't. Good defending.
So an in-swinging corner for the Scottish team, and they're queuing up in the centre. There it goes. Who's there? Greedy's out. The header. It's still there.
Yeah, the rain lashing down now. The rain's pouring down now.
A fairly dark shot of the western end of Hampden Park.
I thought the lights had gone out there for a minute.
36 minutes gone in the match. Scotland 2, Australia 0. Can they score? Mitchell looking for the turn. Over the back goes Miller. But they give it away again.
I thought that was a foul, that. The referee is not being with Australia tonight.
Malpass. O'Connor again finally has the measure of McAvaney, at least for a moment. And Mitchell again away. Can he clap on the pace here? He does. He's brought down. Is it a penalty? The referee didn't even look at it.
Yeah, and the Australian players, you can tell the confidence is gone because not one of them appealed for the penalty there. They were full of confidence. They would have been swarming over the referee claiming a penalty. But as it was, their heads are just hanging low now.
Souness really controlling the midfield at the moment. He's alone there. He needs to be watched. Dictating the play left, although not a good ball. Only fortunate though, the idea was right, the application not so perfect.
And the crowd letting him know it.
Davidson. Inspiration needed from someone. Crino needs to get involved in the play more. To Crino now, shadowed by Souness and also Aiken. Back to Davidson, send it to Cosmina, Patikas, the intercept header to no one, but still Australia have possession. They have to hold it. Who's running for them? Patikas calling for it. There has to be more offers made from the Australian attackers. Wide to Nickel. Jennings. Murphy all the way back to Greedy.
And now's the time that the team have to stick by all the attributes that Frank Harrock said that they had, which is guts and determination. Now more than ever, they need it.
The rain teeming down at Hampden Park. Certainly not favouring the Socceroos. Strachan, well, they've run away from him rather than to him. Finally, Crino sees the mistake. Comes to gobble him, makes a challenge. Still with Strachan though, he committed himself too early. The ball in, McAvaney high, the header, just wide there from Sharp.
Yeah, not a bad effort from the Everton striker there. Strachan does well here, beats his man, gets it across. Sharp just stooping there.
And Jim Bett is coming on. Strachan is going off.
As we said before, it's the two players that haven't had much league and football experience at the moment being pulled off because of the pace of the game.
The corner in and away by O'Connor. No Australian attacker within Cooey. Rather than defending a 2-goal deficit, they should be attacking it. Souness running forward now, and now it's with Murphy.
Interesting to see Scotland have put a midfielder on.
Patikas away. Has he got the pace? No, he hasn't. The challenge was read late by Cosmere.
That substitution suggesting that that the Scotland boss is happy with things and he's hoping to consolidate now with that 2-0 lead. Showing Australia a fair bit of respect there by not throwing an extra forward on and going for those extra goals.
Mitchell, what can Mitchell do? Has to find some runners. A good one made by Patikas. Well read by Nicol though, and also Malpass was there. The ball's just being delivered a fraction too slow. The mind of the professional ticking over a fraction quicker than the mind of a part-time professional. McLeish and Malpass. 5 minutes to go at Hampden Park. Is it going to be 2-0 or is it going to be more as Graham Sharp steps on the ball back to Cooper, and now with his first touch it's Bett and delivers it near post. Sharp, the shot, good save, but it's going to be in. McAvaney misses a sitter. It's still there though. The Australians have to wash it. Far post it goes and wide, but still there. A third bite of the cherry, Wasp. Australia struggled to get it away. Souness has it. Offside is Aiken. Well, McAvaney, a disgraceful miss.
Yeah, that's a very bad miss. Very bad miss there by McAvaney. He'll be kicking himself there for that one. Ball crop. Sharp picked it up, had a shot. Good save by Greedy. And McAvaney, it was just too easy. He couldn't believe it was that easy. At his feet, all he had to do was kick it in.
Now back with Greedy. And Greedy again. Another substitution looking to be made on the Australian bench. Robbie Dunn warming up. Away goes McAvaney and Yankos back to Greedy. If only Australia had taken one of those chances that we're offering after the 2 goals were scored, the situation might look better. It doesn't look horrible at 2-0. If only it can stay at that. A substitution being made, making the second for Australia, and it's big, tall Robbie Dunn, Scottish born. His folks will be here. Steve O'Connor comes off as he played his last bit of World Cup football in this campaign for Australia, because he won't play in Melbourne.
Seems to be carrying an injury there. But he's done very well, Steve O'Connor. Very well at the back of the defence.
Jim Bett. Souness again finding space in the midfield. To Nicol. Rolls it forward to Sharp. Sharp looking smooth and silky in attack. Back to Nicol again. Creano's there waiting watchfully and well. Australia still under siege. A cheeky back heel there. But Australia come away with it. Now what can they do? Can they score a goal as Souness runs across the path? But Jennings gives it away. Bad mistake on that occasion.
Yeah, too casual there by Graham Jennings.
And it's back with Souness again, the dictator in centre field. McAvaney and Sharp running free up front, but not so free. But a bit of slackness again from Jennings as he gives it away. Cooper has the ball, tries to set up McAvaney. McAvaney didn't read it.
Yeah, Graham Jennings, typical example there. Australia doing all the hard work and then lack of confidence again. Sloppy pass, which lets Scotland in again. Can't afford to do that.
Greedy drops out towards Mitchell. Creano heads down to Cosmina. Cosmina can't deliver the ball. Too slow again, although it falls to Creano. To Patikas. What can Australia do? Patikas looking for his man. It should have gone to Murphy first time. Now it goes, but it was too late. Far too late. They've given it away again. Australia went in a good attacking position, and now it's a Miller brought down.
That's a bad challenge there. Very bad challenge. I think he's been booked before, has he? Murphy? Has he been booked before?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he's off if he has been. No, first booking. Yeah, very clumsy. I think it's tiredness and frustration. Yeah, a long way off. The tiredness starting to tell now. Badly timed challenge.
Bet to Souness to Bet, and now McAvaney again running away from the Australian defenders, but they come up with it. Mitchell looking to turn again, over the back again goes Miller, forward. Miller tries to take Patikas out of the play, and it's Mitchell running free, shadowed by Bet. Davey Mitchell on the ball, looks to set up the player, but where's the support far post? They had to be swarming forward then, but they weren't, and Souness goes back to set up Nickel.
Yeah, it's a fitness problem now. It's not that the support wasn't there. It was because they couldn't get there because they're very, very tired now.
Sharp in the back, and again every little challenge from Australia penalised. Well, they have to turn their backs again and look up, otherwise they'll concede another one. Carino has it now, centre field, strides into attack. Patikas should be running harder. He's just come on. He should be running again now. To Mitchell. Where are the runners? Patikas has stopped.
Yeah, nobody's wanting the ball now.
Yankos and the referee close the play, and I think that's all.
That's it.
That's the final whistle, a somewhat silent one, and as the players shake hands at Hampden Park, Australia's certainly not disgraced with a 2-goal margin. Frank McAvaney, one of the scorers after 15 minutes. The first goal going to Davey Cooper from a free kick, slotting it in the far post after 12 minutes. McAvaney 3 minutes later, and those 2 goals coming all in a rush as the times indicate, for a final scoreline at Hampden Park of 2-0. Craig Johnston.
Yeah, and the Australians have acquitted themselves very well today. They can't be disconsolate because there's no disgrace whatsoever. Coming 12,000 miles away from home and being beaten 2-0 by a world-class team. And don't forget that there's Frank Arrock there. He can't be too disconsolate. He'll put a big arm around his lads now and say, well done, lads, we've done it. And don't forget that there's 90 minutes to come in the heat of Australia, which the Jocks will not fancy one little bit.
And Steve O'Connor will miss that match in Melbourne on the 4th of December, having received a yellow card here, making his tally 2. He'll be out. There'll need to be a new central defender in there. So from Craig Johnston and Peter Wilkins, a scoreline at Hampden Park that reads Scotland 2, Australia 0. It's goodbye for ABC Sport.